$5, there's going to be a massive spike in a few weeks.
Another one?
Yeah.
Because of New Year's?
Yeah, it's New Year's Eve. Come on.
Yeah. $5. Oh, now you start betting. What happened from like March? I should have bet. I would have been a
Yeah,
rich man.
I know, right? We should have done that.
It's all right. There's going to be 2 big spikes. The next one will be probably after, Valentine's Day. Let's see. What's the next big holiday?
It would be, I don't know. Valentine's Day? I don't know. 30 seconds.
Because after New Year's, there's like a slow lull of just, okay, everybody spent their money, blah, 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 right?
Yeah, that's our recovery phase.
Exactly.
20 seconds.
All right, thank you. Don't know if you can hear my heater. It's a little cold in here.
Nope, I cannot hear your heater.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. I need more water.
2 seconds.
That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, Periscope TV, Twitter. Thank you for joining us. On today's show, we got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there kicking it up in the wings. What's going on, Jesse?
Oh, good morning. Trying not to freeze my butt off this morning. It is cold.
Yeah, how cold is it in your neck of the woods? I woke up to a chilly, probably 43.
Let's see. When I woke up this morning in Moreno Valley, it was 37.
Ouch.
So, yeah, yesterday my car had a nice thin ice shell, so it was kind of cool.
You're like, all right, put that into a Slurpee and drink it up.
Right.
Well, again, many of you tuning in, thank you. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We always join our Facebook crowd as well. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious day for today's awesome busy day ahead. And I can almost guarantee you 100%, Jesse, it is probably like -8 in her neck of the woods because that's just the way it is in certain areas. Cleveland, Ohio, definitely cold. And yeah, for us in the LA County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, and Palm Springs, Temecula, and beyond, we want to say thank you again for joining us here on the morning show. Question of the day: what is something that you enjoy doing that you've been wanting to do for quite some time? Is it, we've got complications, of course, in life, but what is it you have not done in the last, I don't know, whatever time frame that is? Maybe you're a senior citizen and you've been thinking about making things right with family members, and you're like, I have some people that I used to talk to, but I don't talk to anymore, and I wish I could talk to, but that's right, we have a mobile device. Just pick it up and make a quick call. We could do that as well. So whatever you're thinking, go ahead and do that, because sometimes if you're ever thinking about people that you've been wanting to talk to, just pick up the device that you can and say hello and see what they say. Jesse, if you could talk to anybody that you haven't talked to like in quite some time, maybe or even like a family relative, or I don't know, somebody that you used to really appreciate when you were younger, who would you call?
Let's see. I call my cousin. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He moved to Montana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he moved to Montana. He's a what is he? I think he's a sheriff or some law enforcement.
Really?
Yes. He's a good guy. I watch him on Facebook. I send hellos and stuff like that, but we haven't really talked in almost 10 years, I think. It's been a while.
Yeah, again, I think it's important, to reconnect with people that, you haven't spoken to in a long time, especially when, sometimes you feel alone. And sometimes there are others that you want to talk to, but you can't because, coronavirus, and people are kind of saying, well, I'm kind of staying inside, so I'm not meeting new people, which I say get outside of that and get online and start to meet new people as well. Even people, that go and look for love, they do so typically online. They do so in different ways. You've done that as well, right?
Yeah, I went on the dating websites before I met my girlfriend. Be careful who you talk to on there because there are w- unusual people, even women. So guys, watch out.
It's true. It's true. I remember talking to one person where she went on several dating sites that she says, yeah, for some reason they're all in prison, like literally prison. So she goes, whenever you see like a cinder block behind you, and that there it is. So be careful who you talk to. But now with virtual backgrounds, kind of like you, Jesse, we wouldn't know where you're at, right?
Right? I could be anywhere. I could be on the moon for all you know.
Exactly. Yeah. On which side though is the question.
The dark side.
Oh no. Okay. All right. It's never the dark side because the sun's got to be on one side of it, right? So, all right, buddy. Okay. Let's see. Let's go look at some news top headlines here. And unfortunately, of course, people are wondering what's going to go on financially, what's going to happen, what's going to help, what's going to hurt. And some things here, including this, McConnell, he doesn't commit to the efforts to go ahead and help people, obviously. So people are going, okay, well, what are you going to do there? Or is he? The question still remains. And so we're getting more information as we are getting it right now. We're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. When we get back, we got more right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right. Sorry, my feed is not loading up properly. Who knew? And again, all my Google Calendar is gone. It is so crazy. All my past interviews, everything. It's almost like I got hacked and then deleted.
Okay, that didn't help. I was muted. Someone's trying to take your identity.
Yeah.
So if I end up Skyping a different Aaron, I'll be like, "You're not Aaron."
Uh-huh. Pretty
Yes,
much.
I have his license and
Pretty much. It's not hard to take somebody's identity. What was that movie? There were a couple movies that did that. Harrison Ford, a couple others. Maria says, good morning, everyone. Hope all is well around the globe. Rosalie says, good morning. Good morning, Rosalie. Good to have you with us. Danny Salerno says, the net. Yes.
Ooh, Sandra Bullock. I remember that movie.
Yes, with Sandra Bullock. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good movie, actually. Very appropriate. Very, actually, oddly enough, very appropriate for like, because that was ahead of time. Remember, I think she was on, what was it? Were those floppy disks or were those CDs? I can't remember.
I don't even remember. It's been so long.
But that was before flash drives. But remember, it was really good because she was the hacker, and it was a good movie, really good movie. Floppy, yeah. See, Danny says, "Yep, it was a floppy."
I haven't seen a floppy disk in so long.
But and that movie was exactly that, right? We got to pull that out. The net. Let's see, when was that done? Let's see.
I want to guess 1994.
Is it? Let's see.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, very close. Yeah, you're right. The 1995. Good job, Eric. Yep.
But that was kind of her fault because she was like a shut-in. So she didn't really know too many people. So have people know your face.
That's technically
20 seconds. Yeah. What?
No, interesting what you said. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be well known. But then what if people can duplicate your face? Ah.
Okay, yeah, now we're in face off. Now we don't know. I don't know. 2 seconds. Coming back.
All right, thanks. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, joining our everybody audience. Yes, wherever you're tuning in, we appreciate you. Lots of news stories, including this one. I feel this is like one of those where, I don't know about you, Jesse, but, I took my mom out up in a special part of the area, and she actually was like looking around. She goes, there's a lot of places closed. And I'm like, yes, Mom. Sometimes, you mentioned something earlier just a moment ago of how, if you're kind of like, stuck inside and you're not doing much. And I know she was kind of complaining because she's like, I never get to go out. You don't let me out. And I'm like, Mom, it's not that I don't let you out. It's just that I want to keep you safe. So, we ended up going outside as well. And she ended up seeing quite a lot more. And she goes, okay, I don't know if she was processing entirely that there's a lot of things that are, kind of difficult to, how do I say it? You just got to be careful, right? You don't want to get sick. You don't want to feel sick. You definitely don't want to do the wrong thing by just throwing yourself in just party mode and like, yeah, off, face mask and let's just exactly. So, which is fine, when you could do so at home. But again, I could see how it's causing a lot of people a lot of undue stress. The saddest LA restaurant closures of 2020. This is actually a headline, and I thought about this. We really got to get back to the way it was when it comes to certain restaurants that should be able to get back to open. Knowing that, of course, there's going to be a president that's going to be able to do that at some point. They're going to say, look, how are we going to make it work for everybody? How are we going to put things back to the way they were? And I think there's got to be an incentive to be able to put restaurants and others back into plan. What do you think, Jesse? If you could bring back any restaurant that you've been wanting to go to that you looked at recently and you go, why are they gone? Like maybe, and I always see it as a small business, never the large outlets, right?
Yeah, it's usually the smaller locations, the like mom and pop shops that get shut down. Like there's a burger place that's been there at least 20 years since I moved to Moreno Valley, and it's just like it's a hole in the wall place. But you know what? It's been there for 20 years. I go there all the time. Unfortunately, they weren't able to adapt to the COVID, so they ended up shutting down.
Well, and it's sad because a lot of the unless you knew exactly how to fill out the paperwork, you either applied for or you didn't, or it didn't get processed properly, right? So it's true. Like some of the smarter ones and bigger ones, of course, have lawyers for days, and they can do it, but other ones had a bit of a difficult. Like this, I'm looking at the L.A. Taco. That was a very big place in L.A. Do you know it?
No, I've heard of it though.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a couple other people that are talking about this, like Esther. Esther says this: Beverly Soon Tofu, Waz, Golden Hand, Auburn, and Somni. They're talking about their different ones that they really enjoy that are no longer around. Joshua says 2020 has inflicted a series of gut-wrenching closures on LA, so it's hard to know where to begin. Still, 6 losses hurt more than others. Baco, Mekarat, Bontemps, Broken Spanish, Here's Looking at You, Joan Juan, and Ma'am Sir, which again are all areas in LA. Danielle Dorsey says it's so hard to choose just one when we lost so many iconic LA restaurants this year. I'm hoping that Button Mash will be able to reopen in 2021. So that was one of my favorite places for old school arcade games and bar food. The closure of Cliff's Edge hurt. It was one of my favorite Silver Lake spots for wasting the evening away with cocktails, good food, and friends. So there you go. Lots of people reminiscing on certain areas that they used to remember eating at, that they said, it was a nice time, good time. Because that's one of the things about restaurants when you think about, when you go with families or family members or even just tastes, that you get to taste, you go, that tastes so good, spicy, hot, or just sweet and delicious. Can you think of some place that you've been like, man, we gotta rally together, and whenever the next president comes in, that actually can say, you know what, we're going to give them special incentives to start up because people like that sort of thing.
Honestly, the one place that I want to go back to Boca de Chao, or that's what it was called, right?
No, Boca de Chao, no, Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Boca de Beppo is another one though, but they're not as good as they used to be. But I remember Boca de Beppo being talked about by Brenda, and Brenda hated Boca de Beppo because she was like, that's not Italian. And I'm like, okay, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, she liked it, but I remember taking family members and other people. Well, it wasn't family members. I'm sorry. It was a group of people in Las Vegas, and we took them, and it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't the best, but there's other better places. If you like an Italian restaurant, we want to know. I mean, look, I like as simple as Olive Garden. I really do. That's my kind of, it's not. You can't take people that love real good Italian. They're kind of like, but I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Still tastes good for me. Try the mussels too, by the way. Those are really good. All right, people, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, we're on a commercial break. Yeah, I don't think I ever took anybody to Boca de Beppo, but we did do a Las Vegas trip, and it was funny. It was for Arbonne, and all the friends at Arbonne, of course, were what were they doing? It was like, oh, that's right, it was a meetup in Las Vegas, but it was like it just wasn't as good.
Vegas. I'm planning a Vegas trip.
Are you?
Yep. Next October for my friend's birthday. Hopefully everything will calm down by then.
Danny says, oddly enough, Dennis Miller, I think, is in that movie, The Net. That's right. I remember she met somebody from online. Or no, they knew all of her likes. Remember, it was that guy. And then he played in all her likes.
1 minute.
What was his name? He's been in other acts. There he is. Jeremy Northam. Yeah. That was the guy that was like all kind. And then she found out, wait a minute. And then he was going to offer in the boat. Remember that?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
30 seconds.
Let's see, Maria says, we'll share what she says. Curbside pickup. Yeah. I like her, what does it say? Nurse? Oh, practitioner.
2 seconds. Coming back.
All right, thank you. Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, Periscope TV, and much, much more. A lot of people tuning in, including Maria, all the way from Canada. Actually says this, virtual restaurants don't rent from third parties. They have their own established brick and mortar locations or food trucks and use their existing kitchens to create additional delivery exclusive menus. Actually, that's a good idea. That if you're going to close down somewhere, just, capitalize on one of those mobile trucks. Why not? Just keep it alive. Keep the name alive, I think, is very important rather than just closing down entirely. I know for me, one of my favorite places in LA near Chinatown is actually Plum Tree Inn. Love that place. I've taken my mom. I've taken others. I remember taking, other family members as well, like Brenda and others as well, even exes that I've taken in the past. They love that place, Plum Tree Inn. But I went there recently and it was closed down. I says, oh. And then I looked at it online. It was like it almost didn't exist anymore. So anyway, be careful out there. Of course, a lot of businesses closing up. Keep those that are meant to hopefully be alive, stay alive. But again, I really do think we got to go back to keeping at least the names and or people's ideas of restaurants open instead of them just closing due to COVID-19. Because I'd hate for us to get over this in the next coming years, maybe even a couple years from now, and all of a sudden it's like, where do we start? Where do we begin? I would hope at least employment numbers and everything else, we should be able to, within the next 8 months, even pick up from where we thought we were living and just say, look, we implement certain safety protocols, we do this, and that, and we learn to deal with it, because I think the vaccine will come sooner than later. I really do. I hope that. But Jesse, you mentioned that you think that there's going to be another spike. What's going on over there?
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there'll be another massive spike a few weeks after New Year's.
Uh-huh.
I was on the road listening to the radio, and they were talking about how this club, I don't remember what, but they were doing like a secret New Year's Eve party. Okay. So it was all supposed to be like speakeasy themed and stuff like that. So I do believe they got shut down, but you know what? Just take a year off or just take the day off. Don't don't party. You don't know who's sick. So better safe than sorry, right?
Oh, absolutely. And sometimes people are really wondering what's going to go on with that, because you've got hospitals, up the wazoo. People are trying to get appointments just with, certain doctors. I know my mom was like complaining of something. She goes, I think I need a mammogram. I'm like, well, let's see if we can get you an appointment, because that's another whole kit and caboodle. But again, whatever you can do, keep the people safe, and keep everybody safe in your neck of the woods. Okay, this is actually a story I just pulled up. You could receive your $600 stimulus checks as soon as Tuesday night. That's according to the Treasury. Stimulus money could be coming to your account tonight. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin tweeted, the department has delivered a payment file to the Federal Reserve for Americans' economic impact payments. The tweet included, these payments may begin to arrive in some accounts by direct deposit as early as tonight and will continue into next week. Americans who have different deposits set up through the Internal Revenue Service could be receiving their stimulus payment as early as Tuesday night. Paper checks will begin to be mailed Wednesday, according to a press release from the Treasury Department. Nukin also tweeted that you can check your payment status later this week at irs.gov/getmypayment. Not everyone qualifies for the payment. USA Today reporter Jessica Menton goes over who qualifies and who isn't getting stimulus money. The new round of stimulus includes $600 direct payment to individual Americans who earned up to $75,000 in 2019, or $1,200 for couples filing jointly who made up to $150,000. That's less than the payments of $1,200 for individuals and $2,400 for couples approved in the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act in March. The current round provides $600 per child, up from $500 in the spring. The size of the benefit would be reduced for those earning more than $75,000 or $150,000 per married couple. That's similar to the last round of stimulus money. The amount will decrease by $5 for every $100 of income above those thresholds, phasing out entirely at $87,000 for individuals and $174,000 for couples. There's no cap on the number of children and household can claim. So, for instance, a family with 2 adults and 2 children could receive up to $2,400. So there's some information. You might want to go check that out. Again, it is irs.gov/getmypayment. Kind of important information to share, huh, Jesse?
Yeah, a lot of people probably don't even know about it. So get that money.
Yep, go ahead and collect on that. irs.gov/getmypayment. All right, we're going to take another break here on the morning show, get some more information dispensed immediately. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, you there, Jesse?
Yes, I am.
All right, we're on a commercial break here. Let's see what the chat room is chatting it up there. Let's see. Katja Wunderland from Switzerland. Thank you. Maria says, we have 7 virtual restaurants, kind of you order, then you pay on the app and you walk in and your food is waiting for you to bring home. Mhm. She says, my brother got his extended UI this morning at 2 a.m. It was expired. He lives in Michigan. What's a UI? Oh, universal insurance?
Okay, that makes more sense than what I thought it was. I don't know. I was curious.
No, go ahead. What did you think it was? I'm
No,
just
I don't know. Maria, I need to know, what does that mean?
unemployment benefits. Got it. Wait, is that what it is?
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because universal insurance sounds good, don't you think? If you can go anywhere in the universe, you can actually like
Unemployment insurance.
oh, unemployment now we're all like wondering. I still think if you were to travel in Deep Space Nine, do you remember that Deep Space Nine? I never watched that, but
I remember that. 5 seconds. Yes, unemployment insurance. I got it right.
okay.
2 seconds. We're coming back.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us here on the morning show. Lots of stuff to talk about. Obviously, we want to see what our chat room is talking about as well. And let's see. It looks like Mario says we have 7 kind of virtual restaurants. When you order, you pay on the app, you walk in, and your food is waiting for you to bring home. I like how she says them virtual restaurants, right? That's a smart idea. Let's see. Danny says nothing like Mr. Robot. Have you seen Mr. Robot, by the way?
Mr. Robot. I'm probably gonna get yelled at this for no, I don't know what that is.
I gotta
Is
get
that
caught. No, I gotta get caught up on that. I've only finished the very first season, but evidently there's 4 seasons. I guess when I've got time, I can go check it out. USA Network had put it in. Rami Malek actually stars as Elliot Anderson. Christian Slater stars as Mr. Robot, and it includes Carly Chaikin, Portia Doubleday, Martin Wallstrom, and a pretty good show. I just remember the very first one. I gotta watch the other 3 as well. So thank you for that bit of information there. Let's see. Danny says we already got the variant from the UK here in New York City. Someone in the subway. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Speaking of which, the UK has been talking about this for quite some time, or the United Kingdom rather, and the coronavirus there is kind of kicking it up really in a really bad way. And other questions are, how's it going to happen? How's it going to help here or hurt here in the US? People that want to travel abroad, where do they travel to? How do they get screened? A lot of people wondering. I'm pulling up this information right now. Hospitals are serving the poor, and LA is hit with probably the hardest currently to date. Currently, let's see, all hospitals across LA County are being slammed by waves of COVID-19 patients. Those in lower income, densely populated, and non-white communities have been hit hardest and face the greatest challenge in providing care, according to a Times data analysis. Hospitals in South LA, the cities in Southeast LA County along the 710 freeway, and in parts of the southern San Gabriel Valley are experiencing the greatest capacity problems. That's according to data. Many of these facilities are relatively small and are less able to add an intensive care staff or expand bed capacity from the county's biggest hospitals. The data underscores how communities of color have been disproportionately hit by the pandemic, with Latino and Black residents far more likely to get the virus and die of it compared with others. Low-income essential workers often get sick while on the job and then spread COVID-19, of course, to the family, and then that just gets worse from there. The data released by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services shows More than 6,000 patients with coronavirus were hospitalized in LA County on average last week, nearly 4 times as many as a month ago, pushing the share of all admitted patients with the disease above 40%. Kaiser Permanente Downey Medical Center, more than 80% of the patients have or are suspected to have been infected with the virus. Some new patients with the disease are being treated near the emergency department waiting area in a triage room staffed with doctors. Some who are also stable are being sent home with oxygen. Patients were piled in administrative hallways, stuffed in the corners, hanging over chairs. One healthcare worker who asked for anonymity out of fear of retribution stated that when the emergency room ran out of crevices, staffers began treating people right in the waiting room. The worker said, quote, "It was like practicing Civil War medicine. It was the worst shift of my life. Patients with low blood pressure, low oxygen levels are sitting in the waiting room for up to 9 hours at a time." One healthcare worker said this, quote, "Family members were screaming, 'He's dying. Aren't you going to help him?' We looked at each other and said, 'Are we going to pull oxygen off of this lady to give it to someone else?'" Martin Luther King Jr. Community Hospital in Willowbrook, which has 131 beds and 128 COVID-19 patients. Monday afternoon, the hospital had 215 patients and was going to declare an internal disaster, meaning it did not have the space or staff to take any more patients. Dr. Elaine Batchelor, the hospital's chief executive, said this: "If it continues to get worse, many hospitals will begin rationing care. It means we will have to make decisions about who to treat and who we may not have enough resources to treat. It's horrible. It's something no health professional wants to contemplate." Look, at the end of the day, these are the type of things we've been talking about would end up happening. And all I'm happy about is that at least now everywhere I go, people wear face masks. At the same time, it's not the end all be all, people. It's still a situation that if you get it, you want to make sure that you monitor it, that you get tested, and you check out to see if you have it. And then if you do have it, will you be able to pass it on to others? Maybe you'll get well. Again, the majority still are becoming well. But again, for those that become severely ill and or die, obviously we got to keep the rooms ready for them as well. So I know a lot of people want to be able to see, including my mom. Sometimes she's like, "Oh, let me go do this. Oh, let me go do that." And I'm like, "Mom, they're just not." It's just, sometimes you have to be out in the open to be able to say, "Oh, this is reality," versus what isn't reality. So unfortunately, you gotta take it one step at a time. But all right, people, we gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, just checking out some news about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. What's going on with the Trump camp over there?
Good question.
It's kind of been MIA, huh?
I don't know. I've been kind of ignoring the news.
Yeah. Trump lashes out at Republicans after they override his veto.
20 seconds. Apparently, Trump's at his golf course.
Is he?
What else is he doing?
I don't know that you would just want to golf though. Like how if I wanted to relax as a president, I wouldn't be golfing.
3 seconds. We're coming back. I know, right?
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, Periscope TV, and much, much more. Where are you guys tuning in from? We want to know about it. Let's see. We've got our UK person in the house, Danny Salerno. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Maria says it expired December 26th. It got put back on yesterday. Lucky him. Talking about unemployment insurance over there. Let's see. We've got Maria says 7 variant COVID cases from the UK. Whoa. Let's see. I see. Everybody's like, okay. So look, a lot of people questioning what's going on in the world. Where are we going with this? 2020 is almost upon us. And there you go. So what are we going to do next? Jesse, any ideas?
Good question. Hopefully 2020 will not win. But no. Yeah, what do we have? 1 day left? No, 2 days left.
Let's see where the clock sticks at. Okay, so look, a lot of people wondering, seriously, including myself, where is everybody going with this? But I guess we'll see. At the end of the day, though, you got to review like the year in the past, right? You got to look at the forward year in the future. So question, what would you like to see happen in the coming year ahead?
Oh, what I would like for people to chill out and stop yelling at each other. I would like for people to stop making assumptions about each other. Like, oh, this teenager stole my phone just because they're black. Yeah, no. I wish people would stop all that. That's my only wish.
That was that. Can you expand upon that though? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
What you just said.
Oh, I'm just tired of just opening the news and just people making assumptions about everybody. Like, I think I opened the news feed today and there was a woman that was accusing a black teen of stealing her phone. And it's just like these people just make accusations and assumptions without proof or evidence. I wish these people would stop. And it gets annoying. Like people going at a park and some lady was making the phone call. We all remember them. So I just wish people would just calm down, take a step back, and just be like, do you really want to see yourself on Facebook acting like an idiot? No.
I'll give you that one. All right, people, we got to take another break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Father, set up a camera.
All right. We're on a commercial break. Thank you. Stephanie says, I would like to see people stop and not worked up and have a 2021 calming, peaceful year. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mario says, that chick was stupid. I hope she gets what's coming to her. He didn't steal her phone. Yeah, I have no idea that. I can't hear you, buddy.
Oh no, I was just sighing.
Jesse says, so many people do things like this. I hope it just stops. It's horrible. Also, yes, she does all the negativity she's going to get. I don't. What's okay? Hold on. What are you talking about? Cell phone. What's the name of it?
I don't know. I just read the headline and some information about it. What happened? I didn't get full details and stuff like that. I saw the headline. I was like, again.
Oh, I see. In Soho.
What?
Oh, it says black teen wrongfully accused of stealing phone in viral incident at Soho Hotel or South Hollywood. Says he's shell shocked. Got it.
PTSD. Gotcha. Coming back.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Something that some of our listeners are talking about is this particular situation. Black teen accused of stealing phone in viral incident at New York City hotel says he's shell shocked. Okay. I get it. A family involved in a now viral incident in a New York City hotel in which a woman wrongly accused a black teen of stealing a cell phone and speaking out with the 14-year-old. And this came on to Good Morning America. He still doesn't understand exactly what happened. Keon Harold Jr. says, I've been confused. I mean, don't know what would have happened if my dad wasn't there. Honestly, these past few days, still kind of shell-shocked, but I'm hanging in there. He appeared with his father, Grammy-winning jazz musician Keon Harold, his mom, Kat Rodriguez, and their attorney, Ben Crump, who's calling for a Manhattan district attorney to bring charges against the woman. The incident, which was recorded on cell phone video, happened in the lobby of the Arlo Hotel on Saturday, where the teen and his father were staying as guests. The unidentified woman repeatedly demanded he give it back, apparently referencing her cell phone. The woman's cell phone was later found in an Uber. Oh, man. Harold Jr. said, for me, I was confused. I've never seen that lady ever, and I didn't know what to do at the moment. At first, I would like an apology. And two, I would ask her why she would do something like this to a kid who has never met you. The video has since gone viral, has prompted accusations of racial profiling toward Harold and his family. Harold Sr. said that physically the woman was all on him, asking for his phone immediately once they got down to the lobby. He said, but after the video cuts off, and I mean, she basically tackled, she scratched me, and I was there to, try to protect my little cub. Basically trying to keep her away, keep her off my son. I couldn't imagine what it would have been like if I wasn't there to be with him. He also said he was thrown off that the hotel representative was basically siding with her over his son. He said, I just want to stand for it. I'm still in shock. I'm still trying to believe, what happened to happen so quickly. It's just unbelievable that someone would literally have the audacity to assume and wrongly accuse. Mayor Bill de Blasio weighed in, saying of the incident that is racism, plain and simple. And he wrote on Twitter, it would be horrific at any age, but it's especially offensive that it happened to a child. Well, I have a question, though, at the same time, which is, why did the lady feel that was the situation when in reality she obviously jumped the gun about something when her cell phone was missing, somehow attributed error to the wrong person, because then it found out it was in where she left it in an Uber, right?
Yeah. Yep. So it's just like she made the assumption like this kid took her phone. Like, who does that? It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The civil rights attorney Ben Crump is calling on Manhattan DA, Vance, to file charges against the woman in the video. He said, we want charges because we have to send a message because this has larger society implications. Think about how many black men have been falsely accused by these Karens and they end up losing their liberty and losing their life sitting in prison. The NYPD says detectives are investigating the incident as at least a misdemeanor assault, but that the woman was gone by the time they arrived at the hotel. It's not being investigated as a bias incident. NYPD Chief of Detectives Rodney Harrison said after viewing the video, potential charges may include assault, grand larceny, or maybe even attempted robbery. Police say the woman has positively identified and is an out-of-state resident, and detectives are endeavoring to locate her. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office says it will thoroughly investigate the incident. Hotel management said in a posting Sunday they reached out to Harold and his son to apologize. They said on Facebook, "We're deeply disheartened about the recent incident of baseless accusation, prejudice, and assault against an innocent guest of Arlo Hotel." Wow. Okay, I get it. So they locked him up. We're ready. Well, okay. That's just horrendous. And you know what? That's one of the things, I hate to say this, but some people that wear face masks, they kind of hide behind. Doesn't it make you kind of wonder, like, the other degree of like face masks and what that means? Like, you can pretend to be anybody. It's terrible.
Yeah, the whole face mask thing. I was scared when people started wearing them.
Yeah.
Because when you go into a store with a face mask on, you're usually there to rob them. So it was very, very nerve-wracking for me. And so I went to Walgreens once. This was like 5 years ago, and this was in the middle of the night, and it was the day before Mother's Day. So I went into Walgreens to get a Mother's Day card. So I'm in the card aisle searching, and there's a bunch of dudes around me, like always, because we always wait till the last minute. And so security guard, he comes up from behind me, scares the living daylights out of me, and he's all like, "You need to have your hood down." I'm like, "What? Why?" And so usually when I go into a store, I have to have my face fully, there so you can see it. But so wearing a mask was very nerve-wracking for me. So I don't know about the other people.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video. Sorry, and I'm listening to you as well, because this is one of those things where anybody can claim anything at this point without proper identification. It's kind of sad. So there's that, and I think some people are taking advantage of that, which you guys got to be careful with. Okay, we have got a lot of other stories. What's social media chat room saying? Oh my God, Mario says racist, not prejudice. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. I see. Because Mario says Greeks are prejudiced. I'm glad it didn't rub off on me. My mom's side most have blocked it out for my genes. I agree with you. Trying to work hard and watch is what she's trying to do. So if she answered that, that's just a thing in social media. Stephanie says, I would like to see people stop and not worked up. Let's go back to that. Calming, peaceful year. Is that even possible? I think it is. It's something that we've been working at. I know I've been going out and, saying hi to certain people and taking care of business that I needed to take care of. Around the corner, we're going to be sharing some cool new automobiles as well. Some cool things to look forward to in the future. Electric vehicles, of course, are all the rage, and also other pretty cool, fun, fast cars as well. But be careful out there with whatever car you end up driving. Speaking of vehicles, are you looking to maybe what kind of car do you drive now, Jesse?
I drive a 2018 Nissan Versa.
How is that on mileage, out of curiosity?
I fill up once a week, so It's usually around under $30. So,
all right, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of nice ones. I know, for those that are looking for economy, the Kias are pretty good. The Hondas are pretty good. Currently I don't have a car, but and we're currently sharing a vehicle, so we're trying to figure that out. But that could be difficult at times as well. So, whatever you're doing, look at and see if maybe there's special deals in your neck of the area. Again, December is always a good time to be able to look for special deals. Any end of the year time period you definitely want to check for. So, all right, people, we are going to say one thing before we go, and it is this: be careful out there. Remember, you got to remember one thing at the end of the day. We all want to be loving, we all want to be joyful, and we all want to be peaceful at the end of the day. No matter what we end up doing, who we end up speaking with, sometimes you have to remember, okay, what's the loving thing in a situation? And that woman obviously just needs to come forward and say, I don't know what I was thinking. Seriously, because I saw the video, I didn't get to hear it, and she's so adamant so adamant that, and now I understand. I'm starting to see both perspectives of this poor kid, and then this lady who just for some reason in her head thought, nope, this is the person that stole it, and then ended up causing him a lot of harm. I think she really needs to just say, wow, I don't know what happened there. But and she just needs to come forward. If they found her phone, then I'm pretty sure they can locate her, right?
I would think so, right? Because if they said they found it in an Uber, that means they have some log, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how Uber works.
Yeah, they would actually. So if it was found in Uber, they'd be able to find that. It's just, I don't know. Interesting story. I don't know enough details on that particular story, but I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for that spending time with us. Again, we will see you again around the corner. Whatever you do, remember, download our app. It's KMET 1490 AM. You can have it on your mobile device, your iPhone device, your Android device, any device that you have, and or stream us live at KMET1490am.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same place, same channel. Bye, everyone. All right, for the rest of you, I want to say thank you for joining us. I want to say super appreciative. I will say no matter what days I'm on, no matter what, you guys always tune in, and you guys get to check out some of the stories that we get to share. Hopefully more better stories around the corner. And if they're not, then I apologize. I don't know what else to talk about. So I'm looking for some new stuff, some new content to be able to share some good, positive information out there. If you guys got some positive information you want to share, please do so. All right, people, I'm going to tune out right now. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.